Hello, this is Sheena Sursla from the Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Planning. In this presentation, I'll share a brief overview of the annual assessment submission process for administrative and student support units at George Mason University. When you're getting ready to submit your assessment, it's also a good time to step back and review institutional documents to make sure you're explicitly aligned with major planning initiatives like the campus strategic plan and presidential goals. All administrative and student support units fall within the area of the Office of the Provost and Executive Vice President, Office of the President, or Office of the Senior Vice President, and you should think about feeding into the specific planning documents of your area. Finally, when documenting assessment for your unit, you'll want to make sure that your submission is reflective of planning efforts already taking place in your office. A complete assessment submission is comprised of a mission statement in addition to goals and objectives. Units are also required to input specific measures, results, and improvements for one or more objectives. We'll take a look at each of these elements a little more closely. A mission statement captures your core purpose, and therefore it's essential that this statement aligns with the institutional and area mission while still being specific to your unit. It's also important for a mission statement to articulate stakeholders and be written in a clear and concise fashion. Typically, mission statements are no more than a few sentences. Drilling one step down from the mission statement, we have goals. Goals should be directly connected with the unit mission and be written broadly enough to capture enduring aspirations. Exemplary goals will address the critical functions of a unit and be focused on continuous improvement. Typically, submissions will include 3 to 6 goals, but there's some variability in this space depending on the nature of your organization. Taking things a step more granular, let's walk through the attributes of exemplary objectives. Objectives are statements that directly work towards achieving goals. You want objectives to be written in a way that is actionable and measurable. You also want these statements to be focused on one specific area rather than combining different topics or initiatives that you're working on. Typically, each goal has 2 to 4 objectives that describe the specific actions your unit is taking to achieve the broader goal. Now, looking holistically at an assessment plan, this encompasses measures, results, and improvements for a specific objective. Units can decide on how many objectives they would like to report on annually, and it's important to include measures, results, and improvements for each objective you're reporting on. When thinking about measures, you want to include details like an achievement target, when the assessment will take place, and who will be responsible for carrying this through. When possible, a combination of direct and indirect measures is ideal for assessing an objective. Direct measures are performance-based, so things like student work, performance evaluation, and audits are a few examples of things that could be direct measures. Indirect measures tend to be reflective, and these could include surveys, focus groups, and interviews. Moving to results, this section of an assessment plan captures if the targets you've set have been met, partially met, or unmet. It also includes any relevant analysis, reflection, and supplementary documents from the assessment. In the final section of the assessment plan, improvements, you'll focus on how you're using the findings to make changes. In this space, you can document any concrete steps you've already taken and create action plans to promote continuous improvement as related to a particular objective in your workspace. You'll also want to include relevant contacts and timelines for carrying out improvements. Once you've met with key stakeholders in your unit and are ready to submit your annual assessment plan, you'll go to gmu.tk20.com and use your Mason credentials to log in. In TK20, you should see a unit dashboard and an assessment planning menu at the top of your screen. Your mission, goals, and objectives will carry over from year to year, but you'll want to submit distinct assessment plan data each year. Within TK20, You can click on previous years to view historical data and can also compile this information through Planning 001 reports that pull up assessment plan data or the Planning 003 reports that show you your goals and objectives. Additionally, a few things you'll want to do when in TK20 is to hit save on each page, avoid the back browser, and when revising goals or objectives, you'll want to disable previous versions rather than deleting in order to preserve any historical data. This screenshot shows the interface of TK20. You'll want to enter data via the Plan Data Entry button. This process is outlined in more detail through a step-by-step TK20 Quick Start Guide located on the OIEP website. The Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Planning can support you with your annual assessment submission and provide examples of administrative and student support assessment plans as well. To reach out for a consultation, please email me at ssurslev@gmu.edu. For TK20 and assessment support, you can also contact Karen Manley at kmanley@gmu.edu. We hope you found this module informative and look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.